I've seen my share of movies in my life, both good and bad. Some that I like while others despise. But I like to think that our differing opinions make for a colorful and different world. However, if there's one thing that I truly believe we can all agree on, is that this thing is without a doubt the worst movie to have ever been made. It's worse than Space Chimps 2. It's worse than Cats and Dogs. And, dare I say it, it's even worse than Garbage Pail Kids. Yes, I said it, because after watching this, there is no doubt that no one can ever say that a certain movie is worse than others within this generation, because this one tops them all. The movie I'm of course talking about is Foodfight. No intro. Just show the damn title card. Yeah, Foodfight. I don't know what to say. It's one of those rare instances where watching the trailer is all you need to judge the film, and that's typically a bad thing to do. But let me tell you a little story. The film was produced by Threshold Entertainment, known for mostly theme park related films like Star Trek 4D and Mission Space, with the director being Lawrence Kasanoff, CEO of the company, who also produced all of the Mortal Kombat video entertainment media. But in regards to this movie, the funny thing is, this was supposed to have been released in 2003. However, the craziest thing happened. The film was stolen. Yeah, the hard drives containing the film files were stolen in what Kasanoff claimed was industrial espionage. It was later slated for 2005, but nothing came of that, and it just getting pushed back until finally, in 2011, someone bought the rights to the film for $2.5 million. Now, just imagine how better off we would have been if no one bought the film rights. We would have been in a much cleaner, non-hazardous world, but fate is cruel, and instead we have this garbage, and I have to review it. So, if you've already eaten, prepare to lose your lunch because we're going in. This is Foodfight. We open with the worst looking CGI to ever plague the 2000s. Seriously, Delgo had better animation than this. Where it turns out the world of Foodfight is set in a supermarket. And like with Toy Story and many others like it, when everyone isn't looking, the food mascots come to life and somehow form a booming metropolis in seconds. I seriously can't imagine how they handle humans coming in unexpectedly, especially them late-night shoplifters. But holy crap, do the character models look atrocious. And the way the animation is rendered and presented, it feels like Video Brain Quado made this. In freaking 2003! Screw you! This ain't beautiful at all! I mean, look! We got a green Mushu in front of a Chinese tofu building, some ugly elephant, a farting frog king, and is that Mr. Clean? Why yes, there are actual food mascots in this movie. Yeah, like if you ever wanted to sell out your product, put the character in this movie. I'm sure the kids will recognize most of them from the cereal boxes. Speaking of, we have an original food mascot character, who's also our main character. Meet Dex Dogtective, voiced by Charlie Sheen. Oh goody. Apparently, he's the kick-ass detective who defends the city from rogue mascots? Or are they supposed to be actual mice that take hostages from time to time? I really can't tell, since everyone looks like they belong with the crazy supermarket world.
Terminator! Hey, hairless hamsters. Want some of this? I'm sending you to the cooler, burglar. I'm gonna kill you!
Jeez, can your models be any more static? Seriously, he pulled that one out of nowhere!
I
just want to be loved. Is that so wrong?
I'll give him this much credit. At least he's a dog willing to save kittens.
The real secret is I am scared out of my mind, Dan. Tonight's the night.
Nah, no worries. You can do it, as long as you got me to help you. Did I mention me?
Wayne Brady? Why are you such an ugly-looking squirrel?
You think?
Whoa, what the? You could 4 carrots? What did you do? Rob the food bank?
Yeah, but do you think she'll like it? What if she doesn't like it?
Relax, bro. We're talking about sunshine goodness. You could give her a Cracker Jack ring and she'd still say yes.
Will you be my best man?
This is...
What kind of tears were those? Seriously, what was that? Anyhow, we get introduced to Sunshine Goodness, voiced by Hilary Duff, who Dex is planning to propose to. You know, it's hard for me to even consider this as bestiality. I mean, they're both technically animal folk, and this is a matter of being product mascots, and oh my god, she's too damn perky! Emote something other than happiness! Anyway, one failed proposal attempt leads her to checking on Dan, who crashed trying to form a cloud picture of the proposal. But apparently, she disappeared hours ago. How? Well, no matter. They have to hide now because the humans are coming. And cue 6 months later. We have the arrival of... what the hell is wrong with him? Is that Christopher Lloyd?
Brand X representative.
I wasn't expecting any new products.
A corporate picked your store to test the new Brand X detergent. With Alexa. Give us 1 week. Your...
What? Why? Are you sure that Brand X is safe? I mean, look at this guy. His movements are so sporadic and his speech patterns are so awkward that I feel like he's overplaying the mad scientist gig in the form of some product representative. I'm all for over the top, but this is just creepy. It's the stuff nightmares are made of. Anyway, it seems Sunshine's been gone for those 6 months, as Dex can't stop having nightmares about her. And you know your character models suck when they only have like 2 facial expressions. I swear, most of her expressions are either happy or perky. And of course, her disappearance is what made him stop crime fighting, because he was that much in love with her. I should feel bad, but they're both so bland that nothing really makes me care that much for them. Also, if this movie was intended for younger audiences, what the hell is this?
Sweet cakes. Oh, nice packaging. How about some chocolate frosting?
Get a shelf light.
I like to butter your muffin.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this image at all. A squirrel hitting on a woman with big cleavage. You know, there's a reason furries get looked down a lot. And of course, we get another scene of Dan crashing like an idiot, followed by Dex having a run-in with some strange weasel creature, ideally voiced by Lawrence himself, all with bad animation. That's basically the whole movie, but when they try to add visual gags, it only adds on to the fact that this studio cannot properly animate stuff. I sometimes question how they pull off what they do have given how poorly rendered it is. I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record about it, but that's what happens when the film is so bad at trying to make humor that I keep praying for something decent. Anything to keep me sane. Also, if Dex stopped doing detective work, how is he still getting fame and recognition from everyone? I guess it is true what they say. You can do nothing for months, or just be a dick in your profession, and you'll still be loved by all. Now for the mascot roll call. We got the California Raisins, Charlie Tuna, and even Mrs. Butterworth. As if we don't have enough plastic in this movie, we have Lady X, who's part of Brand X's line of various products, and I swear she looks like she could be a Barbie villain.
I've already heard so much about you.
I'll gossip.
My favorite kind.
That scent. Something familiar.
My secret ingredient. You like it?
Eva Longoria. Sorry, I don't recognize you that much. However, apparently you were in Arthur Christmas, so good for you for starring in at least one good movie in your career?
There be something dirty about this detergent.
Now, is that any way to talk to a lady?
You got something to say, Candy Arse?
Hey, watch your language!
Is it really my fault you have inferior packaging?
Yeah, bruh, you ain't exactly new and improved.
Spuds for you!
Foodfight!
Title drop. Yeah, I don't even care. Now, I complain about the bar fight scene in Cinderella 3D being slow, awkward, and stupid. Well, here, the scene is fast-paced, which should be a good thing, but it still has ugly animation and people doing stupid things, so yeah. I'd take the bar fight over this one. At any rate, while moping over Sunshine, Lady X shows up and puts the moves on Dex. Really. While apparently saying that she can help him forget the past and bring him back to the way he was. The only other noteworthy thing is that her brand was once recalled, no doubt a hint to her being the villain, and Dex just seems to fall closer and closer to her despite trying not to. But trouble arises as apparently a lot of the Ikes, or icons as they call everyone apparently, from both sugar and salt products that went at each other and all died. Also, whenever the main mascot of that product dies, the product expires with it? Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this, but apparently since Dan and Lady X were the only ones left, though Lady X has an alibi, they think Dan might have done something. But it's obvious it has something to do with Lady X because Mr. Clipboard, as the guy is called, brings in more of that Brand X stuff to replace all the expired food. Gee, it's almost like a corporate takeover, but on a messed up level. In any case, because Dan was his friend and Sunshine's, he dons his Indiana Jones attire once again. But things take a turn for the worse when Lady X, as well as a couple of general characters, who I swear are a take on Nazis, say they want to take Overwatch on everyone, claiming that given their recent number increase, they might be able to help all the icons in the city. But really, who would trust the scary lizard skin people? Clearly, they are up to no good. Cheezel here tells Dex how he saw Dan go to where the Brand X place was with Lady X, and we're reminded on how unfunny the slapstick with this guy is. With that, Dex goes to investigate the building. He infiltrates Lady X's room, and well, he finds her and he's forced into a dance. I wish I could say the Dance of Blades is cool, but they ruined that too.
There are some stains you can never wash out.
Let's try. I want to scrub your bubbles, Dex.
This is more mentally insulting than an episode of RAR. So he pretty much gets her to spill the beans on what she's up to. That she orchestrated the deaths of the icons from before, and that her goal is for him to back her product so they can take over the store, with him by her side. He tries to arrest her, but she takes him down rather easily, throwing him with Dan into what I think is an oven. Oh wait, it's a dryer. So now she makes her move, I guess. She plans to frame everybody for killing off people, yada yada yada, so they can step in and replace them by murdering them one at a time. By the time Dex and Dan escape, Brand X has gotten so techno-heavy, and they have mecha mosquitoes and liquid that kills. What happened while they were in the dryer?
It's the same stuff they shot at the Crispy and the other Ikes when they rubbed them out.
They must be planning to finish what they started last night. Brand X is gonna take over the entire store.
Come on, let's get him. I'm ready to roll. You with me? Let's hit this. I ain't afraid.
Well, I am.
You are? Really? Why?
You don't understand. I don't know if I can cut the mustard anymore.
Yo, Dex, you gotta believe in yourself. If Sunshine were here, she would.
You know, I do have an idea.
Oh sure, he gets over it that quickly. Oh, and as if this wasn't a more obvious Nazi reference.
Permitted in the aisles. All violators will be punished. I do so hope they're violators.
And sweet Jesus, what is wrong with your head? Are you just trying to scare kids with this imagery?
Elixir.
X! Oh! Brand Brand X? Oh, why me? Why? Why Brand X? Why? No, come on. Why not, let's see, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Scholl's, Dr. Feelgood? Anybody
Doc,
but me.
snap out of it. You're the only one with a nose for the job.
Ew!
Oh, this is just great.
It's like a stereotype on nerds while making them out as ugly and snotty as possible. The people who made him must have had no idea what makes a good icon, and whatever he was marketing, it must have sold poorly. In any case, they're trying to figure out the secret ingredient to the Brand X products, but so far the only thing they know is that there's a substance that's toxic to humans, but also addictive for them to buy it anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if Brand X was really a drug smuggling company that disguises itself as a regular product company.
Discontinued! Oh, but there's so many noses left to blow it. I'm too young to be discontinued.
I never even got a chance to play Lick the Icing with Sweet Cake.
Shut up, Dan. Jeez. And with their plan to try and have Brand X recalled through email, they have to make it to the expiration office during the day. Doesn't sound too hard.
Wow, the Jello, are we supposed to cross over 10 aisles of that?
Oh jeez, the animation just got even worse. They move so fast it's all blurry and it looks like some of the walk cycles are glitched. We also get really bad green screen effects here. Did these people even try? Sweet mother of Cenarius!
No, Larry, I am not buying that for you!
Even if she was properly rendered, that still would have been the scariest character in the entire movie. Hands down. Anyhow, they make it into the office, which is pretty empty, I gotta say. Although they do find some vampire icon, who truly is an example of being undead. Right. But anyway, they talk to some strange dancing icon from the computer to see if they can send an email to the corporation and recall Brand X. However, as the X-Army is planning to call everyone for a meeting, they also seal the door of the office with glue, which is on a wall with a sky backdrop, or is that the back of the store? I really don't know anymore. I lost any sense of logic in this movie. It turns out that the only recalls that were on file at their store were on giant prunes and on the sunshine raisins, both by Brand X. Before they can find out if the email is sent, the X-Army pulls the plug on the power, which means it's a full-on blackout from here on. Or not? I guess only the office lost power. Whatever. Lady X plans to get everyone to fight amongst themselves to see who's desirable and turn in anyone who isn't. And the only ones who can stop them are the only recognizable icons at Dex's club and some of the not so recognizable.
I want to hear you sing with feeling.
I am not the Brand X icon. Je suis François Fromage. I shoot less at you, you big weenie-like loser.
I'd insert the French taunter from Monty Python here, but that would only be an insult to humor. It'd be like tainting the very basis of English comedy.
Play it.
But boss,
I said, play it.
We get it! It's America versus the Nazis! Stop trying to be clever! One motivational speech later, the war begins. The war on bad, so very godforsaken bad animation. Is it wrong for me to say I'd rather watch a full season of the Groovinians, assuming they lasted more than one episode? Seriously, it's like every food product they throw explodes in a gooey explosion of disgustingness. Even if it's just something small like pancakes. Exploding pancakes!
Pancakes! Pancakes!
Take that, dear.
Pancakes!
I'll
Oh no, we didn't anticipate being able to fight off more than one squadron of the X-Army. We should have planned ahead. And just how many different kind of products does Brand X happen to have? I was right. They are planning a corporate takeover. I'm more amazed that everyone's still alive after the onslaught that occurred. And it's so long. It just goes on and on and on, and it's so stupid.
To slithers and filthy slime through the sewers, go into enemy territory and cut the power lines to start a lightning storm.
Ah, slither and slime? It would appear you are in need of a professional.
Well, you gotta admit, that's not saying much.
Oh! Note yourself. New friends not working out.
Oh, you give the weasel some important job, like maybe to stroke your ego more, Larry. Doesn't change the fact that your character is so slimy and disgusting looking to really be taken comedically. Polar dies, the Midget X guy gets killed, Frenchie dies, I really don't care, but apparently the poison is more like a depreservative, which means the scary scientist can make an antidote. All Dex needs to do is get Dan to fly him into Lady X's place and stop her once and for all.
That's because you're the best. But if you go in there, you ain't coming out. Don't do it, Dex. You should be here with us.
I should have been with you the whole time, but after Sunshine, I just gave up.
Why should we care? We hardly knew her. At any rate, Cheezel somehow cuts the power to the main building while also killing the lunch lady reject this way. But this causes a lightning storm, and because everyone was putting aluminum on top of their buildings, all the Brand X buildings get destroyed, which makes it easier for Dex to demolish. Whatever, until he confronts Lady X, who has Sunshine hostage. Even though she was recalled, she's back. How? Well, she learned how to emote while away, so she's learning at least.
I always knew you were damaged goods.
I'm not the one who's gonna be puppy whipped. You cold-farted itch.
Exterminate them both.
So, not gonna explain what she's doing here or what this had to do with your plans? No? Okay. Dex saves her by breaking physics, and somehow that one X guy gets killed in the head. Where'd the gun go? Whatever, it seems the secret ingredient was actually Sunshine's essence, which is why the stuff is selling to humans. I guess that's the reason why people really like raisins promoted by plastic-looking cat girls. With the building collapsing, the only one who can save them is Dan, who has to pull off the loop-de-loop, and no surprisingly enough, he pulls it off, and they have a happy reunion, only to be interrupted by Mr. Clipboard? What the hell? I guess that recall went through, but why is he here?
Hey, whack job! It's checkout time!
You pompous pipsqueak! I'll stomp you into oblivion!
I got it. He must be suffering from the world's freakiest drug trip ever. Everything that happens in this movie is all one big drug trip that was a result of his products intoxicating him over the years. Sadly, that's not it. And now, the plot twist. He was a robot. A robot that somehow had contact with the company her brand was part of, which meant she knew how to operate with them. But where did she get the robot? How in the hell was that possible? How can an icon do that and orchestrate something of this magnitude? My brain! I think it just... Let's just finish this. It turns out she was really Priscilla from the Giant Prunes product, who had a makeover so that she can get her revenge on everyone for buying Sunshine's raisins and not her prunes. You know what, screw it. Fight scene! And of course, like Kenichi from history's strongest disciple Kenichi, no matter how dangerous she is, he won't hit a woman. But Sunshine would. Wow, just like out of a video game. It only emotes when it's not moving. Shows how much they really care. So Lady X is defeated, turns back into an ugly old woman, and is to be taken away to the expiration room. Also, the scientist found an antidote that will bring everyone back to life. Sure, that will go well with the manager when he sees his products are no longer expired, but whatever. Dex proposes, she says yes, and they all live happily ever after.
Dex is Jewish?
Enough! That's it. Movie over. It's finally over. The nightmare is over. And you know what? I only have a few things to say, but first... Ah, you have returned. Have you reviewed the movie? Oh, I'm just about done. I want to show you something. Look out there. Finished? Almost. So, what did you think? As if you need to ask. It was the worst movie I ever had to review! The characters are not only bland, but many of them are downright creepy and disturbing, even without the sexual undertones they present. The plot is full of fail, with plot holes that are confusing, rushed, go nowhere, and or have no meaning to the overall story. But the worst offense is the animation. Good God, the animation. I've never seen anything so lazy, slimy, disgusting, vile, poorly rendered, unoriginal, repulsive, and overall awful in all of my life. Even if this was released in 2003, it would have easily won every Razzie they could throw at it, and even invent some new ones. Whoever stole this movie must have known how bad it was and tried to make sure this didn't ruin theirs or anyone else's reputation should it have been released. Lawrence stupidly was able to have someone foolishly buy the rights to release it, however, and begin an animation apocalypse in which the one to destroy everything animations worked for was this very evil that's plagued our time. Screw this movie, screw it to hell, and damn it, I want my legendary item now! What's this? Why, your first legendary item. The more you work with me, the better your rewards will be. But, I just took on the worst movie in the world! Well, more like your punishment. Do your work on time next time, and we won't have to go through this again. Well, it was nice talking to you. I'll see you again sometime.
Now my heart is beating like a